Have you ever sped across a smooth lake in the morning crisp air while looking for the unexplored hotspot? Headed to that secret spot that you know holds the big ones. I invite you to join me in the boat today as we chase the fish of a lifetime. This is Fishing Sim World. This is real and virtual outdoors where the adventures begin and memories with friends are made. Hello, hello. All right. Welcome to Real and Virtual Outdoors. This is the Saturday night I decided to pop up live. Had a little time on my hands, figured I'd come on, play a little gameplay, and try this on a Saturday night for 2 hours to see how it worked out. I've been wanting to get around doing this for a while, so we're going to try it tonight. Hello, Art. Good to see you. Okay. Everybody should be able to hear me and see me. I got everything on. Hello, Buck. We're going to do a live for you on the 23rd, Buck. I'm going to fish for some muskies and some pikes. I got a copy of that game. That's what we're playing today. And we could run across a muskie today. But we are going to do a live on that. So be looking for that thumbnail, as I told you last night in the chat. All right, so let's talk about where we're at here on the map. Let me get the screen up here. All right, so let's talk about where we're at on this map. I'm up at the top of the map on that point, that little white marker up there on the very top of the screen. That may be difficult for y'all to see, but I can see it. And this is the spot that I have marked on a hand-drawn map where I caught some fish. So we're going to start here. Let me show you the lure we're going to start out with today. This is it right here. This is a Bass Pro Shop, original Bass Pro Shop, licensed through the game. This is a Squirm and Squirt Shad. I use these in real life, and they're good baits. They catch everything from crappies to black bass to anything about these. They come in a couple different sizes, 2, 4, and 6 inches. I usually use 2 inches for crappie and 4 inches on the bass. So we're going to start out with this lure. We've also got a chrome and black rattle trap and a plastic worm 4-inch with a chartreuse tail. This is Fishing Sim World. I purchased this game yesterday for the PC. I played this game before for y'all on the computer. I mean on PlayStation rather. And I went ahead and purchased it last night. And so we're going to get going. I'm going to do a little twitching here. I'm going to turn this reel speed up so I can kind of get this lure twitching around up here. I caught quite a few fish on this last night. in this spot. There's one, and on down the map, not on down the lake rather, closer to that point up there. So we're gonna start out here and see what we get. Caught a few of those last night. So what I've tried to do with this lure is, if you look on the left bottom portion of your screen, it will tell you what kind of retrieve I'm doing. I'm trying to get a twitch out of it, and I will get that periodically. There it is, twitch slow. That's what I want. That's what I want to be accomplishing right there on this lure. I hope everybody's having a good weekend. My wife went to a event tonight with a good friend of hers, and I had some time, so I thought I'd just go ahead and do a live. I've been wanting to do a Saturday night live for a while, or a Friday, and I just thought I'd do it. So this game is an older game. It come out 6, 7 years ago. One of my favorites still to play. There's a lot of downloadable content for this game. Time I bought the game yesterday, and then there's a fish, and bought the downloadable content. Some of it, I had $80 invested in it. So, but buying it on the PC, it's in the Steam store, and it's mine from now on. So I won't have to worry about, will my new console play it. There's a yellow perch. And we'll catch a few panfish along the way. But what we're looking for is a big bass. The fish on the thumbnail that I put up for this live is one I caught yesterday. We're just kind of doing a free fish and trying to unlock the lures. Have to buy those. Basically, I'm having to start from scratch, and so I'm just trying to catch as many fish as I can catch. But we want to catch the bass. They pay the most in the bass mode. You can carp and catfish on this lake, on this game, and we're going to be doing some of that too. This is the game that I fish for the whales catfish on. All right, let's move the boat on down the way a little bit. It's got to happen pretty quick or I'm moving. I've never done one of these Saturday nights, so I don't know how it's going to work out, but we're going to try it and see how it does. There's a fish. She went with her friends, so I thought, well, I'll just get on and hang out with some of mine. So that's what we're doing. Caught quite a few walleyes on this stretch yesterday too. I think this is a small bass, I think. Could be a small walleye. The rod and reel setup is part of a DLC, so I didn't have to catch a bunch of fish to get the rod and reel set up. That's a walleye. Let's throw the rattle trap a minute and see what that produces. This is pretty much the rod reel setup that I always used on PlayStation. I like it the best, so. A 25-pound line. It's the biggest line I've got right now. So there's one on the rattle trap. Let's see what we got here. So I've been watching some of the content creators that have early access to Way of the Hunter. A gamer can file for early access with the company and get early access to the game and can start making content. They can't release anything, but they can start making content. That fish about to get hung up in the boat. Come on out of there. You got to be kidding. Come on around the edge of that boat. Stop being hard-headed. Give him a little slack. See if he'll come out. He may not come off there. But you got to have 5,000 subs to get early content. There you go. There's a big bass. That's what we're looking for. That's money fish there. You got to have 5,000 subscribers to get it, and you're limited on what you can do with it. You can record and release your videos after the date they give you, and then you can start doing lives after the date they give you. That come out yesterday for the content creators. So I do not have enough subscribers to get that, but that's okay. We're going to be able to get a hold of it on the 16th, and we're going to start doing some lives on it. So I've been watching videos on it all since yesterday. Quite a few videos have been put out. It's going to be an interesting game. It's going to be a little more simulation than Call of the Wild. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's going to be a little more slow pace. There's days on Call of the Wild I can get on this live and shoot 10, 15, 20 animals. The Way of the Hunter is not going to be like that. But the trophies and the racks on the animals and the animals themselves are really good looking racks, especially on the deer. We have a bass on. So it's going to make for some fun content, and I'm going to have to get used to playing it. So I'm going to play it a few days, and then we're going to get going on that and start putting out some lives on it and some videos. I think it's a smallmouth here. Yep, that's a smallmouth. Stay out of that boat motor. There he comes. Yep. That's a 6-pounder. I screenshotted this map and put an X right there where I'm parked. Put a little notation on it where I can get back to this spot. What's going on, Big Slim? Ernie, how you doing? Good to see you, Ernie. Hope you're feeling better. So let's talk about rookie mode, since Chad brought it up on the Way of the Hunter. There is no mode on Call of the Wild. It's one setting. It's preset by the makers, and Where the Hunter is going to be different. Hello, Emily. Welcome in. Where the Hunter is going to be different. There's going to be 4 levels of difficulty. So as you improve at the game, you can turn the difficulty up. The content creators have been playing on the second tier. I will probably start out on the first tier for the first day or two that I'm playing until I get used to it. But we'll talk about that and see how I progress. But there is levels in it, so you can make the game harder. The tracking of the animals, there's another smallmouth, is going to be, you got to really pay attention when you shoot an animal, which way they're running, and really stay on top of the blood spots. Some of the content creators talking about they're walking around 10 minutes trying to find a blood trail. I noticed that today they were a little better at it than they were yesterday, so they're learning as well. Hello, Gig. Good to see you. For those of you just coming in, I generally don't do Saturday nights, but we're going to start mixing one in every once in a while for a few hours. My lady's gone out with some friends tonight, so I decided I'd hang out with some of my friends and do a little live. Hey, I looked at the weather today, and next week it's supposed to get down to 88 for the high. Woohoo! That's going to be a lot better than 100. Hopefully that's a sign that things are going to cool off. And I'm going to get to go do a little crop fishing. Okay, I got one on, but I didn't get a good hook set on him. So, let's see if we can get him to the boat. This is a bass. Generally, when you see one jump like that, it's a bass. I am going... I knew that was going to start some mess. So, next week, I'm going to do... On Tuesday, I'm going to play a new game. And then Thursday, we're going to do a bass tournament. So I will either do the bass tournament on this game or on Bass Masters 2022. So we are going to do it. That'll be Thursday. New game on Tuesday. Thumbnail releases tomorrow. I'll be looking for it. Oh, yeah. You good for that? Yeah, well, everybody seems to enjoy it. I was sort of unprepared to do it. I've done them before. Oh, he's back there. You can bet he's back there. I talked to Aaron this morning on the phone for a little while. So he's probably watching. You can bet if Lisa shows up in a minute, Aaron's back there. But we're gonna do some of that, more of that, because everybody seems to enjoy it. And, you know, I'm here to put on a show for y'all and spend some time with you. And if that's what you guys want to see, then that's what we're going to do. I have no problem with it. And if you see me looking over to the left, I'm looking at sometimes I'll look at the chat over on TV because I've got it up on TV over here where I can make sure the stream's running smoothly. But yeah, we're going to do it. I've done those before. I was unprepared to do that one. But we are definitely going to do it. And I thank my good friend Aaron, who's always finding a way to put the pressure on me. It has. Well, this nobody's playing, or they just get off the spot, or when y'all come in, or just the park's been empty. I'm gonna try to play with y'all on Monday morning. So if I don't text you, text me or call me or something, but I'm gonna try to play with y'all Monday. Hey, if you wanna get my you want to get on there where you use my player a little bit, I don't mind doing that if you want to contact me. I've been so busy with these other games trying to get the accomplishments done. I don't think I don't think it's that. Are you trying to say you and Tom's got the fear in them? I think a lot of times, Chad, when they get on these games, that they look at who they're playing and the ranking. I think they're looking for certain stuff. I could have done it the other day anyway, but we will. We'll get around doing it. There's a crappie. Let me throw this. I'm gonna throw this plastic in here a minute. This Bass Pro Shop. That's what it was. I guarantee you that's what it was. Well, I enjoy playing with y'all. It's a lot of fun. I need to spend a little more time on that. I've got so busy with this computer and switching everything over to PC and getting away from PlayStation. And it's been a costly adventure too. But in the long run, I'll be very happy with it. I've been very happy with the way things are going. So, and I play a lot of games, guys. I'll sit here and play games at night, a lot of fishing games, and watch TV or mostly YouTube. But I plan to sit here tonight and watch a little preseason football while I like to miss him while I play. I may lose that one. So I play a lot of games, so they occupy a lot of my free time. And my wife, she works from home, but she works in the other room, so when she's working, I try to leave her alone, and it's just me and the dog, and I can't get the dog to talk to me, so we play games. This is a bass. I kind of like to play the fishing games at night and just sit back and watch TV. And I do some catfishing at night, throw 3 rods out and just sit back and wait on one. May do that tonight. There's a nice colored smallmouth. That's a big boy. Look at the fat belly on that joker. Now that says 6 pounds, 8 ounces, my personal best. That is my personal best on the PC version, but not play this game. So I think my personal best, 9 pounds. That's a big, nice looking fish. I'll hold that a minute and I can get the thumbnail out of it. I have Big Slim. I had already made a couple of thumbnails for the college series. You start out the college series on the tournament. So I'd already made a couple of thumbnails because I figured that's something y'all would want to see. So we're going to do it. Tuesday's game should be interesting. I will say this: it will not be fishing and hunting. That's all I'm going to tell you. I'm glad to hear that, Chad. I'm glad to hear that. Well, I'm not going to elaborate on it too much, but I think my buddy Aaron's back's been giving me a lot of trouble lately. That's all I'm going to really say about it, but I hope he's can get some relief too. And I do understand about being in pain. I have it every day. I've been having it every day my whole entire life, so it's not as severe as yours, I'm sure, but I manage mine pretty well. But I tell you, the best thing I've done is for myself is get on the diet. I've lost about 30 pounds. That's helped me tremendously. Now, I got a long way to go, but it's helped a bunch. I like the colors of the fish in this game. See, there's a smallmouth. He's different color. I like the colorations in this game on the fish more than I do Bassmasters 2022. There's a lot of varieties of color patterns. That last smallmouth I caught was yellow, and this one right here's kind of got a little green to him, but he's got those stripes that I like. Yeah, every day is different for me too, Chad. But before I lost the weight, I was wanting to lay down at 7 o'clock every night. And then you lay down too long in the bed and you can't sleep because you're sore from laying there too long. Now I don't lay down until I'm ready to go to sleep. So a lot of times I don't even lay down till 10 o'clock through the week. And I may set up the chair till midnight, 1:30 in the morning on the weekend watching TV and messing around with these games. So that's made a big difference. But I got a long way to go. I want to lose a lot more weight. I want to get back to where I should be. When it starts affecting your independence, it's time to make a move. So I'm on a good track. I'm working on it very hard. Independence has always been very important to me, so. We're just going to keep on working on this point here. There's a fish. I like missed him. He's not very big. Just a yellow perch. This This game got a license with Bass Pro Shop. That's why they're able to use the Bass Pro Shop lures. And for the ones that wasn't here earlier, I use this squirming shad lure in fishing when I fish real life. So, great lure. Little paddle tail type bait. We're gonna move on up around the corner a little ways. Now this lake has got, this lake has muskies. It also has tiger muskies, and it also has pike. So, and I've caught them on this lake before. I just got to go find them. So I might spend a little time doing that for the 23rd. I need to locate a few. Because Buck wants to see me catch one, so we're going to try to do that. The lures that I usually catch them on are big spoons and swim baits. And the reason I'm doing it on the 23rd, I'm trying to get those purchased with in-game money. I don't own those yet on the PC version. It's pretty good fish here. He's pulling. Oh yeah, he's a nice bass. Another smallmouth. I take them all day. So I'm on level 8 right now, almost to level 9. So every time I level up, I get $1,000 of in-game money. So each lure costs about $1,500. So I need to jump up about 4 or 5 levels and get about $8,000 to $10,000 before I can buy some lures. I have a black and blue one, yep. I have a black and blue one in this game. Some of these, there's like 8 or 10 lakes on this game. I think 10. And some colors work better at some lakes than others. But I put this on here yesterday or last night, and it produced, so I just left it on there. Now, if I catch fish like this during the tournament series, I'm going to be in good shape. Oh, he jumped plumb out of the water. Come on around here. It's another good one here. Now, one of my favorite colors of lures to use on this lake in Louisville, see, these are all, most of them, 90% of them smallmouth, is orange and chartreuse, what they call Cajun cricket. Well, I can't eat mine, though, Sandy. Good to see you, Sandy. Thanks for coming in. And I do love to eat fish. Well, at 8 o'clock tonight, I'm going to get a look. My first look at the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I've been a Cowboys fan since I was a kid. Uh, and each year I hope that it's going to be a little different than it was last. Sadly, I get disappointed a lot. But we're going to get a look-see tonight and see what it's going to be like. Well, we all have those days, Sandy. As good as a crappie fisherman as I think I am, I have them frequently. But it's not from lack of trying, I can assure you that. Just some days it's there and some days it's not. Even I have days where I couldn't get bit if I jumped on a rattlesnake's back. You know, I used to fish about, before my place closed down, about 3 or 4 days a week. And I had days when I went down there, you know, and didn't do any good. But when you're dock fishing, you kind of relying on the fish to be there. It's kind of like bank fishing. There ain't no fish around, you're not going to catch anything. Let's throw that rattle trap a minute. Get out in the boat and find some, and you can do pretty good, but I have days where I don't catch them either. That last fishing video that I put up, I didn't catch anything, but it was terrible conditions. See, that's a change of lures. I threw a different lure in there, I caught one. Muddy water and a north wind, and the wind was high, so. But it's the day I could go, so I went. Sometimes you just have to go and give it your best shot. Come on. It's a good one, too. If this game looked familiar to what I was playing the other day, the same company made this game that made Bassmaster 2022. Well, yeah, if you caught them every time, wouldn't be no fun. Wouldn't be no challenge, but yeah. And each fish, you know, each day is different. You know, I've had days where I catch both certain thing 2 or 3 days in a row. And, just by the time you think, well, I got these jokers figured out, I'm going to go down here and catch some. And then that third day, you don't catch nothing. So, you just can't ever tell about what they're going to do. That's what makes it fun. I used to be a big deer hunter. Loved to eat venison. And where I lived, down there on the place where I lived, those deer, they changed their times of when they moved. A lot of times they moved at night. So you'd have days where you wouldn't see any deer. Excuse me. But, when I go deer hunting, I don't go out there, it's early, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm out there before the sun even comes up in the stand and gun loaded and ready to hunt. And I may stay out there till lunchtime. I've killed many a deer at 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. So sometimes you stay out there a little extra time, and you get some opportunities. But I've sat out there and, hunted days and didn't see anything. In a row. And I mean, when I say I hunted every day. So, and all of a sudden it happened, and the deer were coming through there all the time. Yeah, I like to shoot myself, and I go to the range quite a bit. Sandy, I got some videos of me shooting up on my channel, but I like to go too. It's like everything else, so the price of everything's gone up so high now. Usually when I go to the range, I take a 22 and go shooting because ammunition is just through the roof. Oh yeah, I like buck strap too, Buck. Oh, back strap, but everybody said, you got free meat. It's easy. It ain't easy. Well, so 90% of shooting and I know this because my job and what I used to do for work, and actually took some classes. I want to be a firearm instructor, shooting range instructor. 90% of shooting is trigger finger, grip, how you hold the gun properly. I lost that fish. And breath control. That's 90% of it. No, it's not. I lost that fish. It's not. And I never hunted with a scope. Have a hard time leaning forward to get my eye close to a scope. So I always hunted with open sights. So I hunted with a rifle with open sights on I've shot many a deer over 100 yards with open sights. I prefer not to shoot them that far, but I have done it. Right. It's 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 basically the same. Uh, you will have a tendency when you fire a weapon for the first time to what we call slap the trigger, because you're anticipating the boom and the recoil. So just when you get ready to shoot, you're not going to be able to avoid doing it usually the first time that you go shooting. But just try to remember not to hold the gun too tightly and not to squeeze the trigger slowly and accept the recoil, don't anticipate it. Because when you shoot the gun, it's going to recoil anyway, regardless if you make a good shot or not. So you might as well make a good shot. And that's the thing that I had a lot of trouble teaching up and coming officers, that not to jerk the trigger. I always want to jerk the trigger. What's going on, Alvin Lewis? Alvin's like, what day is this? If y'all hadn't figured it out yet, these tall grass weeds hold some fish. Catch a few, and then we have to move. Now we're going to come up around a bend over here, and it's going to be pretty much shoreline, and I hadn't caught much up here, so after this spot, we're going to have to go search. Yep. Yeah. Accept the recoil and do not slap the trigger. Gun's going to recoil no matter what, so. And really, some guns, some people, a common mistake that people make is they want to take a child or an inexperienced shooter or someone that does not have strong hands. They want to take them out and they want them to shoot a 45. That's the wrong approach. That's too much gun. You have to shoot what is comfortable for you. You can't rely on somebody else to tell you what you like. Hello, Don. How you doing, Don? There is not a perfect caliber of weapon that fits everybody. And not all people, I'm going to throw down this bank. I don't think it's going to be much here. We're going to try it. Not everybody can shoot the same caliber gun proficiently. In fact, the caliber of weapons that I used to shoot is a lot different than the one I shoot today, because I'm 50 years old and my hand's not as strong as they used to be, so I'm not quite as tough as they used to be either. So if you go to buy a gun, pick a gun that you like, not what somebody else tells you need. Because if you buy a gun that somebody tells you need and you really don't like shooting it, you're not going to shoot it. And if you don't like shooting it, you're never going to improve as a shooter. What are you doing in Alabama? I'm gonna throw around here a time or two. If I don't see anything quick, we're gonna move. I don't think this spot's gonna hold much, but I've been wrong before. I'm sure it has left some scars. Oh, you gonna go shark fishing? Yeah. All right. Well, you gonna do a live on that sometime? What's going on there? It's good fish here. It's a fat boy, like me. Oh yeah. Well, maybe this spot's gonna hold a few. That's why you stop and throw on it. You never know. What's going on, Curtis? Curtis like, what the world's going on? It ain't Thursday. We decided we'd do a Saturday Night Live. I want to see if anybody would come on in and watch. We got a pretty good crowd. I may have to do this again one of these days. Wife is gone out with some friends, and I had a little time, so I thought, well, I'm going to hang out with my friends. It's always DSO crazy every time you turn that camera on. That's why we love it so much. What's going on, Aaron? I bought this Fish Sim World for computer, Aaron, so I got it on there now. Danny Stone. Danny is an entertainer. So anybody watching this video later that does not have Danny Stone, if you like fishing on an upbeat tick and enjoy good company, you need to subscribe to Danny Stone Outdoors. I got a lot of people watching the background. I want to say thank you to those folks as well. But check out Danny Stone Outdoors. Yeah, me too. I hope you catch a shark. Well, that's good. I hope you catch a shark, because I like watching. I like catching. Did you take Black Betty with you? Hey, Ron, you ought not come in here and say that. You know I ain't been able to fish. We're going to run up down this. There's a lot of fish on this beach. Let me tell you something. We're going to turn back around here and go this way. Fish this a minute. There's a lot of fish right here. We're going to throw this shad a minute. Yeah, did you catch anything last night after you dropped out of Mike's fishing home last night, Aaron? I'm gonna be going on a trip. Uh-huh. I figured you was gonna take Black Betty. I'm gonna go on a trip in October. I'm going on a cruise with my brother. 50 years old, first time I've ever been on a cruise ship. But I'm gonna try sometime before it gets hot next year to go and Oklahoma and do a little fishing. I would like to get a few minutes to fish with Air Run and see if I can meet up with Dan. Maybe we could do a little fishing. I don't live but about 2 hours from the Oklahoma border, so I've been talking to my wife about it, slowly but surely getting her worked up going. Make sure you got Danny Stone's notification bell on. You don't want to miss the shark fishing. I got it on, Danny. Are you catching them on jigs, air run, or you using minnows? Had to go get me a hat for this guy's head. This game has got the ugliest hairdos I've ever seen. Hair sticking up on this guy looked like a scary clown. I'm gonna throw down this beach a little bit more because I caught a big one. Oh yeah, that's on the to-do list. I'd like to come and fish with you at least a little while. That'd be nice. I don't use minnows either. I hadn't used minnows in 30 years. Uh, it's no fun in it to crappie fish with minnows to me. Oh, I mean, I guess if I starve to death and they biting minnows, I might, but it's just no fun to just sit there and soak a minnow. I want to catch it. I want to catch it on a jig. That's the fun in it. I mean, I want to feel that thump. This is a big fish here. Always chasing that bump. I sure miss fishing. I sure wish they hadn't closed, but they did. But we got another place or two to fish, and a friend of mine that good luck to you, Air. If you catch some fish, post it on the group page, on my group page. Show everybody what you caught. And I want to see what kind of jig you're using too. That fish jumped right up out of the water. Boy, I like that animation. I think I'm gonna have to mark his stretch if I catch one more like that. That's a good size fish. Now that's what we need to catch in a tournament. I'll mark this spot. mark that later. At the, what time is it? 1:03 mark. I'm also recording as I'm broadcasting, so I'll go back and cut that picture out and put an X there on my other map. The buddy of mine, as I was saying earlier, that I did the video about his jigs, Brad, me and him's gonna try to get together and do some fishing too. And with all the stuff going around with the C word and all that, I didn't get a chance to fish a whole lot. Big bite jig head, yep. I like tuxedo. Sunrise. That's weird how they bite different colors. Here they like Cajun cricket and anything like a tuxedo shad looking thing, they like that too. It's weird how different places they pink sometimes, as long as it's got chartreuse in it. Green lantern, I've never used that one. I think I've got green hornet. And penny, yeah. They like blue thunder here too. Yeah, Cajun cricket, that's my favorite. Yep, green hornet. All right, let's go up here now, see what we can find. I'm gonna find some weeds. This is all sandy beach. I'll come back and get this later tonight while I'm messing around here. I'll find some more green weeds. Look like we're finally gonna run out of beach up here, so. We just looking. I appreciate it, Daddy. We're gonna hit these weeds right here. I'm gonna throw this plastic in there. I don't know if it's gonna be, all these weeds don't hold fish. We're gonna try them. Little bunch right here. He may be crying after he fills that truck up. It's one good thing about having a friend that makes crappie jigs. Uh, how you doing, Fishing Local? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. One good thing about having a friend that makes crappie jigs, if I'm running a hot color, I can get him to make it. Brad can make just about anything you want. He does a real good job. Yeah, it sure will make you cry, won't it, Ernie? Ah, Lee. Well, I had an old, uh, I had an older passenger van. It's that big van. And anyway, it wore out. We was having a lot of trouble with it. I'd had it in the shop 2 or 3 times fairly close together. And the air conditioner went out in it. He's talking about $1,800. I called my wife. I told her, I said, that air conditioner is going to cost $1,800 to get fixed. She said, well, it's going to be hot without it. I said, we ain't going to live without it. We fixed to go get a new car. I'm not going to pump any more money into that truck. Every time we put something into it, it's back in the shop. So we went and bought a Nissan cargo van, big enough for me to get my wheelchair in the back. It uses a lot less gas than that 350 engine had in it. Good night. And that green van had a 30-gallon tank on it. Now you talk about crying at $4 a gallon when you up there filling up a 30-gallon tank. That'd make you sure enough cry. Ernie, did you get to go home yet? There's one. There's one. These weeds do produce. Not very big, but he's a fish. Maybe Monday. Okay. Well, you been in there about a week, Ernie? He ain't gonna do that, Curtis. Especially when it comes to eating. Oh, they got your heart down to 70s and 80s, is that what you're saying? Almost 2 weeks. Has it been that long? Good night. Yeah, I bet you sick of that place. I only got a bass out of this spot. You sort of getting back down there in the rhythm, ain't you? Good. Good, good, good. Ernie, have you went 2 weeks without smoking? I'm sure you do. Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's a nice fish. All these fish today most of them been within 3 to 5 pounds. That's not how big they are, though. They get bigger than that. We just ain't found any. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Ernie. Glad to hear you getting back to normal. You hadn't had a cigarette since you've been in there. Well, I got to tell you, Ernie, you done went 2 weeks without it. You probably be better off just going and quit now and be done with it. I know that's easier said than done, but well, you gonna miss a few. That's all there is to it. You gotta set the hook at the right time, or you gonna miss them. This wall looks good. I'm gonna throw down this wall a little bit here for a while. Oh. Yeah, you gonna miss some. I play this thing all the time, still miss. Same thing with the hunting game. I still have blunders. I think everybody does. Even some of the big time gamers like Lady Legend I watch, she messes up time. It happens. This is a fat pig here. This is a good one. All right, this is what I want to see. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That is a solid tournament fish. That's 7 pounds. Oh yeah. 117 mark. All right, we're gonna fish right here a little longer, see if I can catch one more like that. If I can, we're gonna mark this spot. This is the kind of spots that you need to have when I do the tournament series. Unfortunately, you cannot place waypoints on this version of the game, so I'll Photoshop the maps and then put little X's on them and little notes so I can look at a hard copy of a map and go to that spot. Kind of make my own maps. Yeah, I take it way too serious. But it's fun. I had a good time on Mike's Fishing Home last night. A lot of fun last night. Yeah. Well, you always find these spots that holds fish, and you can't put a waypoint down. So what I'll do right here is it's recording. So I'll go back to the timestamp and I'll clip that out and make just the pictures there, and then I can take an X and put it on the bank up there. I've got colored X's what I decide to, whatever kind of fish I'm catching, and then I put a little notation. So I can go back. I used to do that on PlayStation all the time. It's a lot easier to do it on the computer because you don't have to run back and forth with the thumb drive trying to find these spots. Oh yeah, that's always fun over there. I had it on the whole time from when he started. That's just in the background. Let's cast down this behind us here and see if we can get bit. I usually don't waste my time marking it unless I threw it up on the road. I usually don't waste my time marking it if I just catch one. I catch 2 or 3 nights and then I'll mark it. A lot of people over the UK play this game for the carp fishing in it. Quite popular over there. Move on down a little bit. See what's down here. Okay, Ernie, we'll be here. I just like all the different ways you can fish in this. I mean, I can throw lures for bass, and then tonight I'm going to go fish a totally different lake and throw out some catfish rods and some carp bait and just sit back with 3 rods and watch TV and wait on a bite. I don't think that I like this game better than I do Bass Masters 2022. I like them both, but I like the versatility. That's more of a bass-driven game. That's more of a fish with lures type game. And sometimes it's cool just to throw some bait in the water and wait on a fish. I'm sure it is. Peppa Pig. A new doctor. Good night, Ernie. You just got that one trained to let you go home. Now you got a new one? House doctor, huh? See, now this spot right here, I caught that one nice fish, but I hadn't caught anything else. So that means I revisit this later to try it, but it's got to produce more than one fish if it's going to make the hotspot map. Try a different lure. There's one. Well, I believe this might put it in the category of a big fish spot. This is a good one. This will be 2 that I've caught out of this spot. See what he weighs. That's a 5-pounder and a 7-pounder. Let's fish just a little bit more. See what else is down there. If I catch one more, it's going to get the mark for sure. Anywhere on this stretch, there's quite a bit of wall up here left. Well, I'm using a computer, and I'm just doing it through OBS, which is a free broadcasting program. I just set the live up, and set the layers up, and turn the game on, start playing. But I'm also recording too, so I'm doing 3 things at one time. It's not hard to do, but I started doing YouTube a year ago. I had to learn all this stuff. There's one. I had to learn how to do all this stuff, and I'm still learning. The fish, you see that other fish jump up out of the water? Oh yeah, this place is fixed to get marked. This is a good one too. All right. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This definitely gonna get marked now. Oh, come on around here. You get up that motor. It's a lot easier, Sandy, to do it on a computer than it is on a console. Because you can do, I mean, for the stuff that I want to do, intros and video. I say I cut videos out of this if something really good happens, and on the computer, when I'm playing a game, even when I'm not doing a live stream, I'm always recording, so that if I get something unique or a funny moment, which I've got a couple of funny moments saved up. This is at the 1:30 mark. This spot is going to get an X. I'm going to let that sit there just a minute. I can get a screenshot of the map, and we're ready to go back fishing. So, I'm always recording. That way I can go back and clip videos out of something. In case I catch a legendary fish or shoot a big animal, or I can always make videos out of it. That fish right there at the boat. This is a minnow compared to what I've been catching. He's ball. I can't believe my dogs have been so quiet. They're probably pouting because Mama's gone. They don't like it when Mama leaves. This spot will be easy to get back to once I mark it. I can just put a little notation fish along the wall, and when I pull up here, I'll know what it is. Small bass, but he still makes a little money. Let's move up a little bit, see what's on down here just a little further. I guess it's going to be some up around this bend up here when we get here in a minute. We'll see. Water's a little bit deeper right here. All right. Let's throw the rattle trap a minute. Yeah, move down just a little bit. Still working this stretch of wall here. I might as well fish it thoroughly, been on my market, so I know what's here for sure. Right now we know it holds fish between 3 and 7 pounds, so that's a good find. Fixing to move on down a little bit more too. It's a long wall of concrete there. There's a fish on the fish finder. There's a fish. I saw him on the fish finder. This is the type of place you want to go when you work in a 20-minute tournament, like I was the other day. I'll start out at the beginning of this wall and just quickly work your way down the wall. Because you only need 5 fish. This will be the 4th bass I've caught off of it. This looks to be about somewhere between 4 and 6 pounds itself, so. That's a tournament fish for sure. I ain't got him yet though. Oh yeah, he's a nice fish. Come on around here. There we go. That's a largemouth there. That's an 8-pounder. Yeah, this definitely gonna get marked. Go back and grow up. Eat some more shad so you can be a 10-pounder. So, one of the things that I learned about the new hunting game, it's different from Call of the Wild, is you're going to have to manage your herd. There's going to be young deer and older deer in the game. They're going to be older and young deer, and you're going to have to decide what you want to harvest. And the way you harvest will supposedly is greatly going to determine how your deer population grows. So let's just say, for instance, if I see an old deer, and you'll be able to tell he's an old deer by the gray in his coat. Just like an old deer would look in real life. And he's maybe a 1-star buck, but he's an old buck. That's a deer you want to shoot. potentially he's not going to get any bigger than a 1-star. So they mixed programming in there of genetics. So you're going to have to cull the right animals to grow them bigger. Same thing with a young deer. If he's a young deer and he's got a weird looking rack, or he's long on one side and short on another, that's the kind of deer you want to shoot. To remove from the AI gene pool, as they put it. Artificial intelligence gene pool. That's kind of an interesting concept. That's something we don't have in the hunter call of the wild. This is not a bass. That's a pike. So the folks that's going to be playing the way of the hunter, try to take out your small bucks so that they don't populate the herd, and that's what they're saying. So I had no idea that was even going to be that. Listen, that's getting technical now. When them games start doing that, next thing you know, the deer will be trying to talk to us. But can you imagine the programming that goes into that? This game's going to be a lot harder. It's not going to be sit back and arcade run and gun like the Hunter Call of the Wild is. And the tracking in this thing is a lot harder. You got to really be on your game, or you'll lose trail. It's not like the Hunter Call of the Wild. I mean, you got to really be paying attention to what you're doing. So the folks that's going to play that, the best thing you do is when you find that initial blood spot is put a waypoint down. Because as you're walking down the blood trail, if you pass over a spot and don't mark it, or don't recognize it, you'll lose the blood trail, and it's easy to do. So you need to go back and be able to go back and start from the beginning, because if you miss one blood trail, you're gonna lose your animal. So you got to go back and start from your last marker. My suggestion is if you're mark the first blood spot, and you put down multiple waypoints in this game, unlike what you can do in the hunter, and mark the blood spots as you go. And whatever you do, don't run while you're trying to track blood, because you'll skip right over it and you will lose the trail. This is a toad here. He's peeling drag still. This is a bass, it's a big one. It is not a bass. This is a pike or a muskie. Looks like a pike. We're fixing to find out. No, it's an old gar. Figures. I still get paid for him, but what's up, Art? Appreciate everybody coming in, spending a little time, and we're hooked up again. Tonight, it's the first time I've done a Saturday night. Been wanting to try it. Had a good opportunity to do it tonight, so looks like I got my normal crowd in here, and I appreciate y'all coming in. We're gonna play for 2 hours today, and I'm gonna go eat some supper because my dieting behind is getting hungry. You're retiring for the evening. Are you going to bed? Hang on, you ain't 40 years old. You ain't got to go to bed in the middle of the day. I got a little run of fish going right here. There's quite a few fish going across that fish finder up there to the left, too. Oh, oh Lord, you got that stuff? I didn't know you had that. You 39. Well, all right, stop holding on to them last 6 months. It's gone, baby. It's gone. Art, didn't you have that? Didn't you have that stuff before? Or is this the first time? Or was that Josh that had it? One of y'all had it. What is this? This is a cat. Look, I got a catfish. A channel catfish. Don't push you to 40. First time? Okay, that must be Uncle Josh today. Yeah, I know how you feel, Art. I had it too, and boy, it does sap you. Well, just drink plenty of fluids and I tell you what helped me with symptoms. That was NyQuil. A NyQuil and Dayquil. I drank them both, but not at the same time. Well, I had it too, so I know how you feel. And I'm going on a cruise in October. I hope I don't come back with that mess again, but there's a chance of it. That fish. I had one jump in the boat one time. Got in the back towards the back of the boat like that jump, landed right in the boat. I wish I'd have got that on camera. Five, yeah. Well, yeah, you start feeling better, but you still may test positive on out to the 15th day. I know I did. This fish right here, strip and drag. Come on back here. Now we got to worry about the darn monkeypox. There's a big old smallmouth. This spot is definitely getting marked. That's 7.5 pounds. That's a new personal best on the computer side. It's definitely a hot spot. You, yeah. There's catfish bait, Art. Hot dog. I'm hooked up again. That's good. I need to make all the money I can make. That's another bluegill. Sandy. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I understand. No, you don't. If you can stay away from people and stay well, Sandy, do it because you sure don't want it. I felt miserable for 5 or 6 days. I'm sure it would. Well, the bad thing about it was, for me, is I was just tired. But I didn't want to lay in the bed either. I didn't do that because I can't walk no way, and I sure didn't need to be laying around the bed with that stuff. I sure wanted to though. I'm sure tired. Oh Lord. I hope not. Golly, this is a hot spot now. I'm fixing to tell you. I can't keep a lure in the water. That's what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of bluegill right here. It's another bluegill. That one's bigger than the last two. 1 pound, 13 ounces. Sure would like to have a mess of them at 10 inches long to eat. Boy, I'm fixing to go on this cruise in October, and I'm fixing to eat all that good food and have at least 2 cocktails a day. And Lord, they got slot machines. I'm going to have a good time. Oh, computer puts out a good picture on the stream, doesn't it? I'm looking over here at the TV. The graphics are a lot better on the PC than on a console. And I'm running this through OBS, if I was running it through just YouTube itself, they'd be probably crystal clear. This is a bass. I hope that little girl didn't break her arm. That's going to be terrible. Good. Glad to hear that for sure. That made my day, seeing false alarm. Good night. I've had a couple broken bones in my time. I wish that on nobody. That is bad news. Fact is, I broke my leg about 3 years ago. I accidentally run off the edge of the curve, fell over, the wheelchair went on top of it and broke my leg. Boy, this is a hot spot right here. Golly, this fish here is pulling too. Ah, this is one of them old gar. Get out of here. Come on. Them gar are a pest. We're gonna make a quick run back to the top of this wall. Pass about half of it up when I come up here. Oh yeah, she's watching cartoons. She's all right. What's going on, Nick? Thanks for coming by, buddy. I'm doing good. How you doing? I am doing well. Had a little time tonight, decided just to do a little quick live and catch a few fish and earn a little in-game money so I can buy some more lures. All right. Oh, I got a stretch minute. Good night. Oh. Whew. Sat there in one spot too long. I want to say thank you for y'all coming in and joining me this evening. We have been going 2 hours and 2 minutes. We're going to get ready to close this out in a few minutes. I'm going to chat with y'all in a few minutes, and then we're going to close it out for today. I will be back on Tuesday for a brand new game. Look for the thumbnail tomorrow. I'm going to put the notification up. And then I think Thursday, I think everybody wants me to do a bass tournament. So we're going to do that on Thursday. So I'll probably put both those thumbnails up, get that ready to go. Oh. Thank y'all for coming. Spend a little time. I enjoy your company very much. I'll probably see you somewhere in chat tonight. I'm going to be in front of the computer watching football on TV over here to the left and YouTube over here to the right. And yes, contrary to popular opinion, I can multitask. They don't last long. They about 20 minutes, so we'll probably do more than one. Or we'll do a tournament and then we'll do a free fish like we did here. Let everybody watch the tournament. What I might do is do one tournament and then go free fish a little bit and practice in the tournament mode, get a practice day, and then do another tournament before the live stream's over with. So might do it that way. So had to decide if I'm gonna do it on this game or Bass Masters 2022, but you can do it on both games. Pretty much the same thing. I hope everybody enjoys the weekend. And Ernie, I hope you get to feeling better and get out of there soon, buddy. I'm glad to see the kiddo didn't get her arm hurt, Sandy. That's good news. All right. Well, everybody that's been a part of this one, I'm going to see y'all on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And we'll talk and chat. And until then, I will see y'all on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. And we're going to play a new game. I'm glad that you enjoyed it, Sandy. That's why I do it. It's the only reason I do it. So, all right. God bless y'all. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Be safe. And I'll see you on Tuesday. I'm sure she will. 20 minutes from now, she'll be jumping off the bed again. And in 25 minutes, she'll be running in to make sure she didn't break an arm. That's kids for you, though. We'll see you, Don R. Thanks for coming in, sir. God bless y'all. Have a good day.